All right, we are back. Hi everyone. This is our next live stream. I think I'm getting better with all this technology stuff here for the streaming, so hopefully this will be a little bit more smooth. And I got Audun in the line here. By the way, Audun, do you have a camera? Ah, okay. Well, you have to look at me most of the time, and Audun will just be. You can just listen to what he relays and questions and stuff like that. Um, yeah. So, can everyone hear Audun? Doesn't look it right now, so might have to click this on. So, Audun, can you say hi?
Hello, everyone.
Ah, I think now they can hear you. And so we got to do this thing in English, unfortunately, because Arden doesn't speak German or not very well.
Not too well, no. So
My volume level is too low. I can fix that. How is this? This should be better. And yeah, cool. Hi everyone. I see that there's already a couple of people in the chat room. I hope there's more joining. And I also have Philip here. He's currently on the road and muted, but he can maybe unmute and say hi if he's listening. Maybe not. Anyway, so yeah, let's get this started. I think there were already a few questions. So guys, if you want to start your questions and I will answer it. And in the meantime, I'll play a little bit of music in the background. Let's start with something a little bit more unusual. Here is a piece that I composed, I think it was in '92, which wasn't for a game. It was just something where I thought, okay, this could be like a live performance on a stage. So I called it On Stage. And
I just want to say, Chris, hi
hey,
everybody.
there's Philip.
Son of Games.
Yeah,
Good luck, everybody. Have a
thanks.
nice evening, and I mute again because I'm in the hotel lounge and it's a little bit too noisy, I guess.
Yes, but if there's questions for the Sound of Games guys, then I will ping you.
Yeah, perfect.
All
Enjoy.
right. Okay. Until then. And here, let's play On Stage. Questions here. I'll let this play in the background. So, yeah. What happens to number? Oh, Arden, I let you do the questions because that's what you're here for.
That's my job.
Yes.
That's what I get paid to do. What happens to the numbers 401 to 470 of the books? They're not listed anywhere.
Right. So we have obviously, since it's strictly limited to the 500 copies, we have a bunch of them reserved for our team and to give away as presents for like our partners' press and stuff like that. So we have a number that is right now reserved. So yeah. That's essentially the answer. I mean, there might be an option to release a few more of them at a later time, but right now those are reserved for us. I hope that answers the question sufficiently for now. Was there any other question? I see one. Two.
Well, someone's asked you if the 007 book was stolen by Sony Pictures.
But that's funny actually. Yeah, well, the 007, we made that joke the last time we were live, that James Bond was angry that we're doing all the 00 numbers there. And so that is also held back right now, but we might release that at some point. Today we're gonna put up the 006. And yeah, actually the 60k stretch goal, we're very close actually with the PayPal pledges. I think we're about 1,500 away. So it looks very good that we're surpassing that, and we're also working on the next stretch goal that we're going to announce in one of the next broadcasts. And yeah, so that looks definitely good, and we have other things planned too, so I'm sure it's gonna go higher. And we actually have, maybe I should talk about this right now. We have a little surprise. We will release something before Christmas that only backers will get. And so it will be in a hidden update, and you're going to get a download link to something special that we prepared. So even before the campaign ends, you can get something. And yeah. By the way, another thing that Philip mentioned before we started the broadcast is that there are still 2 pledges available, 2 award levels that have the piano scarf. Also the top 10 backers obviously get the piano scarf, but we have only 30 of those. I think 40 or so was the team. So this is really a very exclusive item, and we're gonna have this meeting of the piano scarves at Gamescom, and hopefully maybe some other time even in the future at some other events. Definitely gonna keep those backers who are getting the scarf in high regard and try to do something special every now and then. And yeah, so there's still 2 of those available plus top 10. And just wanted to mention that. And more questions? Adam?
Well, someone's asking if they will be available to buy tickets for the pre-Gamescom performance. Pre-Gamescom performance?
That's actually you mean like the piano dinner, essentially.
Yeah, I would guess that's what he means.
Yeah. So that's the piano dinner. Absolutely. That's an item you can get for 109 extra. So if you already, that's important, and we talked about this in update 4, I think, that when you already have a scorebook, you cannot change your reward level, obviously, because you don't want to lose that slot. So if you want to get the piano dinner, then just raise your pledge level. I mean, raise your pledge and add $109, and then you're in. And we still have seats available. They are filling up, but there's still quite a number there. And so, yeah.
So they can't buy these tickets outside of the.
Oh yes, they can. There's a page on Hülsbeck.com, which is also mentioned on the Kickstarter page somewhere, where we have PayPal options.
Okay.
So it's also, I think it's also down in the Q&A on Kickstarter, and you can find Hülsbeck.com. There's a one of the main tabs there. So, and there you can have a number of PayPal options, and also the piano dinner is one of them.
Someone was asking if you found out a way to bring his wife to the dinner.
Yes, actually, that's also something that should have been probably in another update, and I should include that in the next one. So we're working on a discount for bring your wife or partner or friend to the piano dinner. So maybe Philip can say something about that. Philip, are you still listening in? Let's see if he says something about that. But
Well, yes. I can say that you can bring up to 4 wives to the dinner with you.
No.
All the Mormons can come.
Oh no!
In case you're from the Emirates or I don't know. No, but
there's a discount. Did we
But that's good,
already? Are we already sure what that's gonna be?
yeah. We thought that for some people it's really good to have their spouses or wives, whatever, partners with them. We try to calculate it very hard so that we can give for the second like a 50% off.
So
I think that
where
would
do we end
very
up?
fair.
Is that like $55? $55?
Yeah.
Something like that, and that essentially covers like mostly the 3-course meal that we're offering there, right?
I mean the piano dinner is something very, very special and very unique and very personal, because you sit around Chris and the team. So this is like very personal. We have good conversations during the dinner, and it's not like there's a dinner and that's it. It goes like, it starts at 6 p.m. and it's like open end. So it will be a great evening, a great kickoff for Gamescom as well.
Yes. So we're gonna post another update where we're gonna talk about the discounted second person for the dinner. Definitely.
All right. Good luck, guys. I mute again.
Thanks.
All right. Thank you. Let's see if there's any more questions then. Someone named Captain Kölsch, I think that's how you say it, Kölsch?
Yes.
Just backed a physical album, so
thank you so much. Yeah, actually, I don't know, there was somebody else who had a similar name. Maybe I'm like, might be somebody who's already in Cologne, because he's referring to Kölsch, which is the Cologne beer.
One of the best beers around. So.
Oh yeah, he just said that he will be at Gamescom at the Return magazine,
cool.
which is part of the retro booth, and we're often hanging out there, so we're definitely gonna stop by there and say hi.
So someone was asking a question about numbering of signed items. Which number do I get if I pledge a level that became available because someone else upgraded and got his old pledge? Do I get his old number or the number at the end?
You're getting the highest number in that level at that
Okay.
time. Yeah, because
Right.
yeah. but that could be fun too. I mean, if you're the last one who does that, maybe you get like a, I don't know, 2.99 or something like that.
Mm.
That should be a good number too. Um, yeah, that will be fun. Getting all the orders of the pledges. But we will work very diligently to do that correctly. And so, more questions.
Someone's
them
asking if
coming.
there's a dress code at the dinner.
No, there's no dress code. I mean, if we're probably dressing a little bit nicer because.
There is a dress code, Chris.
Oh,
Sorry.
there is! Oh my gosh! So Philip requests a dress code.
It's
What
very
is it?
important that you wear the piano scarf for the
Of
dinner. That's it.
course. Well, I mean, not everybody will have one though.
For those who have it. at
Those
least.
who have it need to wear it exactly.
Or else we throw them out.
Tonight, Chris, the 006 piano scarf will also have the chance to sit at your table during the dinner.
Oh, that's right. So the top 10 backers and their significant others or friend will sit at the at our table essentially. I hope those tables are big enough, Philip.
Well, we can sit on each other.
What kind of dinner is this?
Yeah.
It's like I said, it's open end.
But just to say, everyone at that dinner will have a chance to talk to us and interact, of course. But those top 10 backers, they will sit at our table, and it should be really fun. I'm really looking forward to it.
Has a place been decided yet, or is it still for the dinner? I mean,
I think that's something that Philip can answer, if he can.
if it can.
Can you repeat the question, please?
Oh, has it been decided where the dinner will be?
Yeah, it will be in the heart of Cologne, so it will be in the Altstadt, so that everyone is
Yeah, but
very close to everything.
obviously we're not going to reveal the location here on the live stream. Otherwise, at the end, maybe 100 people will show up
Yeah.
just to look. But we will definitely contact everyone who pledges for that dinner after the campaign and tell them where it is and work things out logistically.
Mhm. No other
Maybe-
questions so far. So,
Maybe we should
but
play some more music.
yeah, I was gonna say that.
All right. Auden, what would you like to hear?
Oh boy, I would like to hear something from Jim Power, probably.
All right, I can do that. Okay, here we'll have a piece from Jim Power. right, we're on again. So, Arden, there were a few more questions.
Yeah, someone asked you about the Turrican soundtrack anthology. They're asking how many pieces were produced for the TSA vinyl. I'm guessing how many vinyls were produced.
Yeah.
The CD is limited to 2,500, but I don't know this for the LPs.
Yeah, actually, the CD there's even less than 2,500 because some were like broken in the manufacturing plant. So really, there's like I think 2,430 or something like that. But anyway, so the album, I think I don't remember exactly what the number was, but I think we made 300, and we delivered to the backers 181 as far as I remember, and then we had a few for the team that we used, and I think very small number went to like our press contacts and stuff like that. But I think we still have a number of them actually in stock. I don't have them here. I only have my own one, but they're actually at the old Synsonic offices. Any one of you know what Synsonic is? That was the record CD or whatever label that I founded with a friend in the mid-90s.
Mm-hmm.
And it's now a little bit defunct. We're only using it for the digital distribution of my music right now. Yeah. So yeah, but there's I think it was about 300.
Yep. No other questions so far, but you were on Reddit this Friday too, so you were taking questions from Redditors. I think it's called Redditors.
Right. How do people find that? There's definitely also a lot of questions answered, but they're not specific to the piano album. They're more like
No, it was more about your career.
Yeah,
But,
yeah.
Did you like the experience of being on Reddit?
Oh yes, that was cool. We're definitely gonna do that every now and then, and keep doing it. By the way, did you see that that review of the Turrican anthology on VGM Online?
Yes.
That was really nice. I was blown away by the review. And yeah, so did we talk about everything that's new? There's a few more things, but I think they're gonna be in the next update. So more questions. Is there anybody else who has a question? It's also like it doesn't have to be about this
piano
album. It can be about anything really. So it's kind of like an extension of the Reddit AMA.
Someone's saying that they wish another Immortal would be created. I'm guessing he's talking about the Jan Sotman's Immortal CDs. So I haven't heard anything about a new volume of that.
Well, I wouldn't totally rule it out, but that's something for Jan to do and plan and answer. But yeah, I wouldn't totally rule it out. Oh yeah, there's another question.
Yep. Yeah, it says on your profile you have a CD called Collage from the year 2000, but he has never seen the CD.
Yes, it does exist, and it was just a compilation really from other albums that was released on mp3.com. They had a thing called the DAM CD, which I thought at the time was really a great thing. It was an on-demand CD where you could just basically make a playlist of songs that you had uploaded on mp3.com and sell that as a CD. And they would like manufacture that one by one. So I think it was a CDR, but with a nice print on top and a little one-page booklet or something. And then mp3.com went under, which I thought at the time was stupid. It was their own mistake that they pissed off the record companies too much at the time, and they got hit with a major lawsuit over something totally ridiculous, by the way. But that was how it was, and they lawyered them out of business essentially. And well, it took a while, but then Apple picked up the tab, and you know, in a way, the music industry got what it deserved, I think, because they were not listening to what consumers want, and that gave people or companies like Apple into the music industry, and now they're probably the biggest earners in music anywhere, I think. What do you think, Audon?
I agree fully with you.
Yeah.
So
if the music industry had listened to what consumers want, you know, in the days when Napster became big, I think they would have been much better off than they are now. But at the time, they just tried to hold on to their old business model. And but you know what? Like an independent artist, I have a little bit of Schadenfreude because I do my own stuff now, and while I cannot live off the royalties that I receive from my releases yet, but it's definitely a nice it's nice additional money that comes in every month, and I don't have a label. I have my own label. I put out the music myself, and I interact with my fans, and that's important to me. And so screw the music industry. Oh my. Somebody will dig that up in 10 years, you know, when
tomorrow you just disappear.
Exactly, yeah. No.
Someone's asking you about you were associated with the series Miragnon, Thomas Booker's Miragnon.
Right.
And they're saying that this is they thought that this was planned to be a trilogy, and if there will be another album of Miragnon. That's
a good question. You know, I mean, with Thomas Böker, you never know. He's, I always tell the story. He used to send me a fan mail when he was a teenager, and and he said in his mail, and this was, I think, even handwritten, and he said he's my biggest fan, and I got a lot of letters like that at the time, and so I was like, okay, all right, another one. But ultimately, what he has done, you know, like creating Miragnon and then the video game music concerts over in Germany, first was in Leipzig for the Games Convention, and then now he's doing worldwide concerts. He's very successful there with concerts in Japan and all over the place. And the latest big success is that he recorded with or played with the London Symphony Orchestra, which is unbelievable. And and of course, not to forget, he produced or created the Symphonic Shades concert in 2008, which was a whole evening with my music, and which is probably one of the most amazing times or things that ever happened to me in my life. And so I have to say he is my biggest fan, I guess. I have to hand it to him. And so yeah, who knows? He might already work on Miragnon 3. If he said that it would be a trilogy, then it probably will be. So stay tuned.
I talked to him about that last year, and I think it's still planned sometime in the future. So
well, now he has really the connection to take that to a whole other level, I'm sure. And if it happens, then yeah, it will be great.
Yeah, I think it's planned at least. So
yeah, somebody also went to East Meets West.
Yep.
You see that?
I was there.
Yes, you were.
So, let's see. There was some question about Turrican. I just need to find it again. From which machines do the samples you used in Turrican 2 title the Amiga version come from? Only the Ensoniq SQ80 or other synths too? Is there a
Right.
list or something?
I
with the-
talked about this a little bit more in depth in one of the previous webcasts that we did, where I also showed the heavy synth and talked about it. But yeah, there was another one. So besides the Ensoniq ESQ1 or SQ80, I had a Korg M1, which has a little bit more of a slightly more natural sounding samples inside. Not compared to what you get nowadays in sampling libraries, but it was at the time was groundbreaking. So you could actually have orchestral instruments and stuff like that, which I also, by the way, used to make the samples for R-Type, which was the first time I used the M1 or I had the M1 available. And R-Type on the Amiga was something that really raised eyebrows. I remember, like, after I finished the composition, the whole company was assembling in my studio room, and they listened to it, and they wanted to hear it over and over again because they couldn't believe it. So that was really cool. And so yeah, a Korg M1, which, by the way, is also now available as a VST instrument, and it's perfect, even if not better than the original hardware, because it's got all the sounds with all the expansion cards that came out over the years. And also, I mean, one amazing thing with VST instruments or virtual instruments is that you can open them several times. So, if you have one sound that takes up the whole Korg M1 and you want another one, you just open another instance and there it is. You got 2 times the M1 or 3 times or whatever. You cannot do that with the hardware except, like, using multi-tracking, where you record it with one sound and then you record it to another track with another, and that's like tedious. Yeah, so the synth in the background is the SQ80, and it's very heavy, so I don't want to pick it up again. But I did that in one of the other Twitch shows, and they're all archived. In fact, I transfer them over to my YouTube channel after the broadcast, so that they will be there forever. Yeah, or for the time being, definitely.
Someone's asking if the Bridge from the Past to the Future CD, if that was only on demand for mp3.com.
It was too, and that was also mostly a compilation CD, but it had a few pieces that were unique because they were not released before. So that one is actually still available, I think, on iTunes and Spotify and a bunch of other online music stores. I haven't put it on Bandcamp yet. Might still do that.
Maybe another song to fill up some questions?
That would be great. So should we maybe ask somebody wants to hear anything again that we played here in the past?
Now your fans can now pick a song. So let's see what the first suggestion is.
Yeah, let's see what they pick and if I can do that right now. Oh, you're welcome. Mirko is saying thank you for your answer. Absolute greetings from Germany. Hallo, grüßt euch alle. I know I'm like talking English because we're trying to be international, but I know that most of my fans are still in Germany, and I haven't forgotten the German language, even though I'm now, how long am I here? 16 years I'm in the US. That's crazy. And in fact, sometimes when I do talk German, I now start to forget vocabulary and words, and I hope I'm not going to be as bad as Arnold, or I think Hans Zimmer did an interview recently over in Switzerland, and he was searching for German words left and right because he's been so long in the US now.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Someone's asking for Turk into freedom.
I don't think I have that right now. This could be like a suggestion for our stretch goal, which we're almost there. So I think we need just a few more backers, and we're gonna go over our 60K stretch goal, and then that could be a suggestion that we're gonna take. And I think we are also planning kind of like a kind of like a request thing where we're sending an update and people can, So the Turrican
Maybe,
3 credits I can play,
I think they just meant as a suggestion to music to play. Maybe they just meant the original from
Oh, yeah.
the TSA.
Sure, that I could do. Let me see here. Absolutely. That would be nice. Let's do that. Here we go. And we're back. And Michael is with us now. Maybe.
Hey guys.
Hi, Michael.
Hi, Michael.
Hi everyone.
So you just came back from a long trip, huh?
Oh, that's true. Yeah, we had a very cool live gig in Austria. It was really great. And actually, of course, we were playing songs of Chris too, and people loved it.
Cool. Yeah, I wish I could have been there. It's always fun when we do something together at Gamescom and stuff like that. So yeah, that was the freedom from Turrican 2, and that's definitely a good suggestion that we're gonna take into account for our stretch goal pieces. And so let's answer maybe one or two more questions, and then let's go to the number 6.
All right. There's a question here. In the early days, the Apedia soundtrack was only available in Germany during the ASM magazine, where other CDs were offered by Amiga Joker. Is there a reason for that?
Well, our core fans were in Germany at the time, and we didn't even think about selling into other countries at the time. So I think with a little bit of effort you could get it. If you would have contacted us right there or the magazine. But we had our channels right. We sold most of them at a fair in Cologne. Amiga, there was like an Amiga fair that we went to a few times, and we sold the CDs there. And then we had the magazine deals, and then we had a few more by mail order. But yeah, we weren't quite as international at the time as we are now, and yeah, so that's basically why. But by the way, if you're wondering if you still want to get those albums, they're all on Bandcamp, and I did scan all the booklets from the old albums meticulously and put them into the download as a PDF file. So if you buy one of my older albums on Bandcamp, you can get a PDF file with the scan of all the booklet pages. Just as a side note.
There's another question here. Caravan der Elefanten. Is that how you say it?
Yeah, Caravane der Elefanten, which means Caravan of the Elephants.
Caravan of the Elephants. From the live performance. I love that arrangement and track. What was it created for? A game or something else?
There wasn't a game, even though the composition was supposed to be used in a game later, but that was only by chance. I did this really just for fun. I played around with these, like Egyptian sounding scales. I mean, I'm not a trained musician, I don't know what they're exactly called, but they sounded like they could be in a Mummy movie or something like that. And I played around with those and came up with that melody and the composition, and thought it would be fun to have that performed during the concert. So I fleshed it out, and we had it orchestrated, and that was that. And I thought about possibly putting it into a game at some point, but that was one of those projects that never happened. But I'm very happy that it's on that concert CD. So okay, so I think we're gonna get ready for the number 6, and somebody mentioned that depending on how quick it will go, some of the other levels will possibly be freed up. So Philip, can you actually come online too and talk about what's included again in the top 10 numbers? And that includes all of them. So Philip?
So yeah, I'm with you.
Yes.
Can you repeat it, please? Can you repeat it?
Yeah, we wanted to know what's all included in the top 10 levels for the number 6 and the others.
Okay, sure. So there is the limited edition scorebook with the 006, and exactly with the same number the CD album and the double vinyl, the 12-inch double vinyl. And you're sitting next to Chris, or at Chris' table during the piano dinner in Cologne. And also you get a scarf, a piano scarf with a 006 as well. So, and also within the scorebook, you will be listed as a top 10 supporter and backer of the whole campaign. So the 00 numbers are really, really special and ultra rare. So the other 00s, they went like within a second. So I guess, and I hope that we will experience something like this again. So heart is beating faster right now. Yeah, so this is all included, and this is something like really for and yeah, it's a lifetime chance to get a 00 of this wonderful and most funded piano album so far on Kickstarter. So
Yes,
go
and-
for the 006, guys.
And the top 10 also can bring one guest to the piano dinner as well, right?
Why not?
Exactly. That's we already said that. don't say like.
Hey,
it's-
I'm a 66. I'm a 66. Go out of my way.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay,
that's
cool.
possible.
So who's gonna do the countdown?
I would say Auden is doing the countdown this time.
Am I doing it? All right.
Yep.
That sounds
Alright,
good.
where
I'm
do-
ready.
All right. Should I start from 10 then?
Yes.
Oh, 10, 9, 8.
A little bit more
7.
excitement.
Oh, sorry, I don't have an exciting voice. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
Here we go.
Okay. Oh my God. It's again the same game. I can't do it too often, man.
It's live. Or it should be.
So where are we? Go.
My
please
browser is
press
too
F5.
slow. My computer is overtaxed here.
Oh my God, it's so exciting. Who has the F5? Go press the F5. Anyone there so far? Is it live now?
Let me see.
Is it
I see it.
006?
I see it. I see it. It's live.
It's live? Okay,
It's
so
live.
who will be the first one for the 006? Is it still there?
Let's refresh. Uh-oh. My browser is screwing up.
Oh my God, that's so exciting.
The tension is mounting.
Yeah. So Michael, you are pressing
yes.
the F5. You are pressing
Of
the F5
course.
as well. So
course
anything
I
happened
do.
so far? 006.
Not yet.
Okay. All James Bond fans here.
Maybe someone is arguing with his wife already. He's allowed it or not.
That could be, yeah.
He can tell that she can join the dinner.
It's gone.
It's gone. Okay. Hallelujah.
It's gone.
Unbelievable.
Oh my
It's
god.
gone.
Yay!
Okay,
Well, congratulations whoever backed it.
Right.
That's unbelievable. Cool.
Okay.
Unbelievable. And
whoever
it seemed
wanted-
that no,
whoever
that wasn't. It was somebody who made an upgrade, I think.
Okay. Where did he come from? From $19?
I think from 249, if I'm right.
Yeah, I think so too. That's
So
nice.
this is a super special VIP. So this is really a great chance, and I think that more benefits will come. And yeah, as I already mentioned, you will be listed in the eternal top 10 list within this album. So this is really, really something special. Congratulations from my side. Congratulations from Sound of Games. Chris, congratulations to you.
Thank you.
Obviously, people love your project. And yeah, thanks to you. And I'm gone now.
Okay.
I'm gone.
Yeah, you're
Too much time.
you're still traveling, right? So thank you for
Yeah,
joining
exactly.
us actually, and have a good rest of your travel. And
Yeah.
So we're playing more music here. Are there more requests?
All the best for you guys and happy
Okay.
third advent.
Thanks,
Bye-bye.
Philip.
You
Bye.
too.
Bye, Philip.
Bye bye.
Someone requested Turkin 3's credits earlier from the TSA.
Oh, from the TSA actually, and then should we also? How about we do like a double where we play the TSA version and then we'll play the piano version.
Sure.
Okay, here we go. And we're back.
Okay.
So great. Yeah. It's now when the thing is also, you know, I usually have a little bit of an issue listening to my music, especially right after I do it, because I always think like, oh, I could have done that better and this and whatever. So, but then when some time passes, you know, when I now listen to it a year later, then I really think like, you know, I did it right. So there was not really anything to add. But it's when you're working on a piece for 2 weeks straight or whatever, you never think you're finished. It's crazy. It goes with a lot of my older stuff that I listen to.
Do you know approximately how many hours you spent on a TSA in total, like making it?
All I can say is that I so underestimated the time this would take. I had originally planned like about 8 months to produce the 4 CDs, and it ended up more like 18 months. And the only thing I can say is I did not have an ounce of spare time while making that. And yeah, it was one of the hardest things. I think in the last couple days before the mastering, I honestly thought a few times that I would like keel over and die. I had only like 3 hours of sleep every night and stuff like that. But then, you know, it was just I pushed through and I got it done. But yeah, it was very hard. But it turned out well. So with this piano project, we're having a much better plan here to get it done and out on time. Especially since I have such a great team with Patrick doing the performing and a lot of the arrangement work, and Michael, you know, is working on the scores, and Philip is there supporting, and you, of course, helping with the biography part.
And the countdowns.
And the countdowns. Thank you so much for that again.
Yes.
Yeah, so any more questions? I think we're going to wrap this up. Play the credits music also in the piano version now. But 2 more questions or so?
Yeah. Yeah, there's another video game composer in the chat. Alberto Gonzalez was asking you, what were the sound sources for the SNES version of Super Turrican?
Pretty much the same as, by the way, I know Alberto, we've been in contact, so hi there. And yeah, so it's pretty much the same ones, I think. I may have had access to a few more instruments that I borrowed from friends at the time. I think there was some sampler involved here and there, where I had access to more drum sounds and stuff like that. But overall, it was still the M1 and the SQ80 at the time, yeah. But the Super Nintendo had like its own flavor. When you would sample something, it would sound... It had a very different vibe to it. First off, the source sample, I think, was sampled in 16-bit, and then it was down-coded to 4-bit 80 PCM. But it was also like it had these limitations. Very small memory when you compare to like what we could store on the Amiga and stuff like that. But it was very much compressed, and it had these limitations for loops that it could only loop on these frame boundaries, and the frames, I think, were like 16 samples. So that was very difficult. But and then it had this early kind of effects processor built in, where you could do these short echoes that sounded a little bit like a reverb, and all of that combined, and then the 8 voices that were available at all times, it sounded very different than other game consoles at the time, and that's probably what added to the different sound impression.
What would you say is some of your favorite Super Nintendo soundtracks, other than, of course, Turrican?
Oh my god, ActRaiser, Yuzo Koshiro, that was the one that totally blew me away, and where I I taped those soundtracks and listened to them everywhere, and it was like, yeah, I admired the guy so much when he came out with that.
Mm.
Yeah.
Well, I don't think there's any more questions for today that I can see. So,
Okay.
but you got a lot of questions today, so
Absolutely,
I think
and
you did your share.
Yes, and you can still post questions on the Reddit AMA. I'm still like reading that every day to see if there's a new question or something, or you could ask questions in the comment section on the Kickstarter page. And so with that, I would say thank you so much, everybody, for participating, and we'll likely do this again. We're definitely gonna have more broadcasts. I want to make this a regular thing, not just with the piano collection, but also in other ways. I'm already like planning here what else to do with the Twitch broadcasting experience, because
Well,
I
someone
really
was
enjoy
just
it.
someone was saying to you now, right after you started saying goodbye, then they asked you if you would do YouTube sessions to show fans how you make your music.
I'm thinking about that. The problem is usually I can't do it for something I'm currently working on, because usually they're like under NDA and stuff like that. But if I find the time, and I want to make time for that, I want to make like kind of a tutorial type of video, how I put my music together. And I don't know if I'm going to do it totally live. That would be a new experience, because sometimes it's a process. Sometimes it takes just 5 minutes to come up with something great. Sometimes it takes several hours, so that could be boring at times. But maybe I'll do like a longer session that I record myself and then cut it together and put it on YouTube. That would be an option.
Yeah.
And so with that, I would say thank you, everybody, for joining us tonight. Thank you, Auden. Thanks
No
to
problem.
Michael and Philip also, that who are already signed off. And I will play the piano rendition of the Turrican 3 that we just heard from the anthology. And with that, I'll say good night and thank you, everybody. And keep spreading the word, because we're getting close to our next stretch goal, and there will be more. And then also, I think sometime this week there will be a surprise for all backers that they're gonna get before the before the campaign even ends. Okay, so here we go. Thanks, Auden, and until
problem.
next time, bye, guys.
See you soon. Bye-bye.
Bye.